Kendrick said in the line, you did cold foul and not responding at a timely manner when he could have came out and said, yo, nah, Drake never did me foul, so he did it.
You know what? That's, first of all, that's, I'm about to get triggered. That's not what that fucking bar was in response to, number one. Second of all, I did not expect that J. Cole song to be as polarizing as it was. I did not expect as many people that bought into what Cole was saying on that song to actually buy into what Cole was saying on that song and allow him to revise history to his liking, to make it seem like he was the morally ambiguous saint in the beginning that just only had everybody's best interest at heart, and he never got fueled or gassed by the internet or his peers to participate, and then immediately backtrack. And then after that, say that I'm not gonna pick a side, and then come out only to say that, hey, on this song, Drake, I fuck with you, but I'm not picking no sides though. But I fuck with Kendrick too, but I'm not picking no sides though. I'm in the middle though, but I participated and only threw a shot at Kendrick, but I'm not in it. I'm not in it, bro. Like, why are you doing that? My toe is on the outside of the battle, bro. I'm not even trying to. I'm dipping my toe in real quick to see the temperature, and I'm just about to send a shot, but I'm gonna come right back out. I didn't do nothing. I didn't participate. I'm good. I'm chilling on this side. Like, bro, I'm over that. I'm over that, and I'm just surprised that as many people bought into it as they did. Like, we didn't just see the most recent 5 to 6 months. It's actually insane.
He got on stage and did all that apologizing to Kendrick. I love you, Kendrick. Drake can feel away. Okay, so you want to make?
He didn't address Drake in that shit.
Why would he be apologizing to Drake on a song where he dissed Kendrick? Why wouldn't the apology be directed to Kendrick and Kendrick only? And the apology wasn't even because he disrespected Kendrick Lamar so badly. The apology was more so, I feel like, damage control for one, because yes, he probably felt bad for his own self, but he also disrespected Kendrick Lamar's career or his discography as an attempt, or in his attempt to try to diss him because he had nothing else to grab onto. Oh, I'm gonna say your most recent records, you know what I'm saying, they're not as good as your old shit. You can literally say that about every fucking rapper. I'm not saying that you be truthful in saying that, but that's just a common thing you can say to any person. What is that supposed to mean? Then when the audience tells you, hey bro, you wrong, even his worst shit is better than your shit, some of his fans are telling him that. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. The more and more I think about J. Cole in that song, the more infuriated I get, because I'm just like, why did you put this out?
Sometimes you cheat behind your girl back, you make it up privately, and she wants the public display of, yo, tell them you did me wrong and we back, right? Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
And that's what he did on the song. Chat, is that not what J. Cole did at the end of his record? Talk about how great Drake is and how much he did for him and how much he loves him and how awesome he is, even though J. Cole never said or did anything to give us the indication that he and Drake were about to go beef. That's what he went on his record to do. Also on the same song saying, despite not saying anything positive towards Kendrick Lamar, saying I'm not picking a side though.
Just don't understand what the point of dropping a diss is when you say you're cool with the person right after. It's literally counterintuitive, fam.
I don't think so. Especially when you, again, remember the type of conflict that J. Cole was willing to get engaged in. He never wanted it to go that far. He was always about, like, who's the better MC, who can make the better records most likely. I'll smoke you on the songs. But I don't think J. Cole ever had problems with nobody. Despite J. Cole being the tallest out of the quote-unquote big three, it's funny that the two of them didn't see him at all in this beef. They didn't see him at all in this conflict, despite him being the biggest on a biological scale. He was really non-consequential in the whole thing, which is why before this whole thing even started, I wanted him to step aside. Nigga, you are in the way. You in the splash zone. You about to get hit. Just back off. Back up. It's unfortunate. But he's saying that he walked away with everybody blood on him. Yes, because they never fucking saw you as competition. They respect you and what it is that you do, but you not in the same type of beef that they were going to engage in. Then when he realized that, it was too late, and now he acting like he never participated. He never amped it up. He never was a guy in the big three. Even though you said it on the fucking song. Now I'm finally free. Nigga, on First Person Shooter, you literally on the song said we the big three like we started the league. Make up your mind. But keep in mind, on the Heavens EP, he said that I don't want to be in the big three. Years later in 2023, we the big three like we started the league. Today, chat. Oh, I'm free. What the fuck are you talking about?
But I got your point.
No, it's their president.
What the fuck? Hold on. no fuck.
These niggas are hoes having to cater to the feelings of niggas that they don't invite to Thanksgiving, to Christmas.
This is what I said. This is what I said. Why would you want to nurture a relationship with somebody that you got to cop pleas for on a song? This is a grown ass man that can't handle you calling what they were doing in the beef corny. If that is going to upset him because you happen to be on a record, if that's not a phone call that you can make and be like, you know, it ain't nothing too crazy, or if that's not even a phone call you need to make. 90% of the people that listen to those records knew, all right, they probably just using J. Cole to make it look away because this is an old verse. Nobody cared. Like, it should never have been that deep. Like, nigga, they're the motivation for why you're making the song in the first place. And you saying they not stopping you. They have clearly a big role in your own artistry that they shouldn't. If that's the role that you want to play and that's what you want to stick to, then be that and just stick to it. But you can't keep flip-flopping, bro. Or else niggas are gonna see through it and be like, yo, bro, you chatting. Nobody wants to hear this because in a day or two, you're gonna have a completely different perspective.
Parks could say, yo, he out-rapped him. He could say, I out-rapped him. We want the carnage. We want the blood. That's fans.
Nah, that's not true. I was of the opinion that they didn't need the beef. Nobody, I mean, I'm not saying that they don't want that. Some people definitely want that. You know what I'm saying? Whether they say it or not, 100%. But I'm of the thought that, like, I would have rather them made great music together than it be what it is right now. I would much rather Drake be threatened by Kendrick Lamar to a point where he improves his pen if they happen to be on the same song together. I would much rather J. Cole be inspired by both of them to a point where he's making the best music humanly possible. Because when it's all said and done, I'm not going back to these diss records. I'm sorry. I'm not. As much as you think that it was a great and entertaining battle, which it was to an extent, I'm not listening to Not Like Us. I'm not listening to Euphoria like that no more. I'm not listening to Like That no more. I'm not listening to Family Matters like that no more. Me personally. And what I would have preferred is these niggas to elevate each other on the records. I would have liked great collaborative music between all of them. But this is the reality of the situation. They'll never make music again with one another. They're never going to be in that conversation of collaboration unless it's J. Cole and Drake, which I'm really not interested in like that. I'm not. I would have much rather that reality than this. Everybody looking at Drake like a pedo, potentially, making jokes about it and whether or not to take it seriously.
Being played back a lot.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm talking about me personally. I didn't say it wasn't a played record. I didn't say it wasn't going crazy. It didn't have accolades. It wasn't going to get nominations and awards. It's going to get all of that. I'm just saying me personally, when I look back on music that I personally enjoy, 9 times out of 10, I don't listen to diss records like that anyway. Those are never my favorite songs. Are they entertaining? Are they enjoyable? Yeah. But the best or the pinnacle of the music, it don't come from those records or those artists, to be honest with you. When I'm listening to music, when it comes to like me within the last few years, I want some innovative, creative, thoughtful collaborations and shit like that. Like, I think that's fun. Y'all only get one life and one opportunity to be as big as you are right now. Why not use it to put some shit together that you wouldn't otherwise make by yourself? That's just me, though. If y'all really are about the fans. No, let's not be obtuse here. I think that could be a contributing factor. I just don't think that's the only reason. I think people's like obsession with being either one way or the other has like blinded them to the reality that there are multiple motivators for why J. Cole did what he did. Is just not directly what he attempts to reframe it as being. Like, he wants it to look like one particular thing, when in reality it's a lot more messy than how he presented it on the song. And he's included in that messiness. But I don't think that he should just be like cast aside and this moniker of like purposeful manipulation be thrown on his name, like he's trying to make everybody else seem like they're crazy. That's just his unintentional that's the unintentional reality of what he ended up doing. But I don't think he was trying to come off like snaky or do it in a way where it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make sure I hide my hand. He's just obsessed with not getting hate. I think this shit really truly does just get to him. And then he ends up making himself look like a fool in the process, trying to clean everything up, as opposed to just saying some shit, standing on it, and leaving it alone. Nigga, everybody not gonna be cool with you. Only a nigga that cares about what another nigga think about him would sit for an hour talking to a dumbass like Lil Pump. Who in their right mind at 30 years old will have a conversation with Lil Pump for an hour plus about what? You want to change his mind. Accept the reality. Accept the fact. What Lil Pump doing now? On OnlyFans, a Trump supporter. Like, that conversation did fucking nothing. And that's fine, because that's not J. Cole's responsibility to change Lil Pump or change any Lil rapper. But, like, he actually really cares, and I think that's cute. But, like, nigga, you gotta drop it after a certain point. Do some shit, stand on it, and let it be that. But you keep making yourself look crazy trying to do all these acrobatics, trying to re-explain and recontextualize. And I was trying to do this because of this. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. That's the same shit Drake was doing. This must be some biracial shit. I'm not gonna lie. It has to be.
The whole track.
I would've lost the battle, dog. I would've lost the bro. I would've gained the phone.
This is for real a delusional man child. You sound like a real hater. A hating child watching his friend's championship game. And he tells them, hey, you did good, but you wouldn't have won against me. If I was out on the court, you wouldn't have won against me, though. Nigga, sit your ass down.
I don't know why people are taking this line like that. I still don't get it. I really don't get this line at all. Unless I'm misinterpreting what he was trying to say. I thought he was very clearly saying that even if I would have won, I wouldn't have won. It wasn't to say that I could have won if I really tried. It was to say that what is the W? There's no winning is what he's saying. He's not saying he would have won. He's saying there's no W to take in that. If I would lost a friend or lost somebody that I respect or lost a bro, then what would be the worth in winning a fight like that? That's what he's saying. I don't understand why they taking it like this. I don't like the song message-wise, but like I felt like that was pretty clear.
Just like all the other rappers that didn't get involved, you should have stayed the fuck out of it. Every rapper who did decide to join knew what was coming and what it meant. But for someone who claims to be the best and constantly throws subliminal shots, you don't get to throw.
I don't think everybody would have known what was coming though. I just don't think people knew the motivations for why Drake and Kendrick had been at odds for so long. Drake and Kendrick have they're gonna have like this inevitable battle, but I don't think people expected it to be the way it was. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, they about to start dissing each other, but like, I feel like there's still a reality where they might is like potential where after all this is said and done, they might get back cool or something like that. I don't know, but like, I didn't picture it going the way it went. You listen, you think about a Drake and Kendrick back and forth. You don't picture it with a song like Meet the Grams. You don't picture a record like that coming out of this whole beef. And I think that's kind of what J. Cole thought too. Like it was gonna be some sparring, not necessarily friendly competition, but it wasn't gonna be as deep as it actually went. So I can see why Cole took a shot off the back of like some simple shit like your discog is weak, you a little short, I'm gonna keep it calm, I'm gonna keep it like on the cuter side, you know what I'm saying, because it's really not that serious, or we really don't have a deep issue. But then you listen to these niggas go back and forth on the record and it's like, oh shit, this nigga Kendrick said you should die, you a pedophile, I hate you, I hate everything about you, I've never liked you. So he was in his right to get out, but he should have never got in unless he fully knew what the situation was. But again, I don't think a lot of people knew that it was that serious. You didn't picture Drake would get into his feelings and start getting personal for no reason. That's literally what he does and started. Kendrick said, we ain't gotta get personal. I'm sorry, what? I know they've been throwing subliminals back and forth for years, but do you really think that Kendrick Lamar didn't anticipate, especially after Drake's reaction to Control, him having a bad reaction to what he said on Like That, and they already weren't cool? Like, Kendrick 150% threw the first public shot. Even if he had every right to feel the way he felt about what they were doing on first person shooter, he 100% threw the first shot. Even if it was bait, whatever the case was, like, he threw it. You thought FPS was the start? No. FPS was a trigger, but it was a trigger for Kendrick. That wasn't like an intentional trigger. They didn't make that song with Kendrick in mind so that we can instigate his negative reaction so that he'll give some bait and now I can jump on it. That's not what happened. Nigga said, nah, Drake been sneak dissing. So is Kendrick. What are you saying? Kendrick been sneak dissing him too. They been going back and forth for years. I'm just saying Kendrick was 100% the aggressor in this. 100%. And Drake was forced to respond. And we all said it beforehand. He could either bow out. Or he could fall into this and get eviscerated. And that's what the fuck happened. And everybody knew he was gonna get eviscerated. I had hope for him though. I did. I had hope for him.
Man, whether they had the dope bars or not.
Drake mentioned his wife first though. Do you not think that Drake is gonna take that the wrong way if Kendrick hops on a song with Metro and Future, two people that he already knows Drake has a huge issue with at the moment, and be like, yeah, for all the dogs, basically saying your last album shit, that shit whack, knowing that they not on good terms already? What do you think that's gonna invite? Kendrick saying, oh yeah, nah, you should have kept it, you shouldn't have brought my family into it. Where the fuck did you think Drake was gonna go? Kendrick knew as soon as he dropped that verse on Like That what came with it. He knew, bro. Y'all gotta stop pretending like Kendrick. I respect Kendrick's pen and everything like that, I do, and I know he won the battle, but y'all acting like he didn't want to end Drake anyway. Exactly. Drake fell into a trap. Drake fell into it, but he didn't have to. He didn't have to. He definitely didn't have. Yeah, he did have to, actually. He did. He definitely had to. He gave him no choice. That's the set. I feel like at some point where there has to be some piece of content somewhere, or article or a journalist or something is going to cover like how Kendrick put Drake in an impossible situation.